Back with another edition of the pod. I will try to get these out weekly now so we can kind of get ramped up towards the playoffs because we're already halfway through the season. As you probably noticed, you'll see a different background, no longer in the Pokemon Center in the house. Decided to make a change and just move myself fully in the basement. You can see my lube right there, and still got a Pikachu though, so we're good. But yeah, want to bring another pod here. Want to get these out more regularly, and create some excitement for these week to week matchups and what the league's got going on. So, yeah, just gonna dive right in and just do an update on the old standings. So as we can see, Team Bucher and Team Nader are kind of separating them. Well, Team Bucher especially, he's got a 100 point lead on anybody else. So we need to get something going there to try to catch him because his squad is looking fierce. Team Nate keeping it going with Jonathan Taylor, the keeper of the century, uh, making his team relevant week in, week out. I mean, him and them Colts are going nuts. Mind Goblin 5-2, and then we have a very large gap. The tie between Rock Boys and the two time is putting catapulting Josh into the fourth spot, and then we have a log jam from 5 to 10 of a bunch of same records and basically points for tiebreakers, putting four or let's see, yeah, four of these six teams in the playoffs. So this is going to be a pretty interesting back and forth as we move forward here. So, and then we have the two Price boys on the outside looking in. Um, Need some help. Certainly need some help. Yeah, not much need to be said there. I mean, Nick Soma, I mean, he might by the end of the year might double up Ryan's total points. So we shall see. But yeah, it's an interesting scenario. But yeah, I mean, what's making Team Bucher go? Christian McCaffrey. Position two, I mean, he's just got it. Judkins is a fantastic find. Rashi Rice is back. This team only gets better. Tight end position is a little sad. My guy JSN, who I didn't want and wanted Lad McConkey, wide receiver one. So I know what I'm doing. Good for me. Yeah, just a lot of really solid players on this squad. And Puka's been out. So guess what? This team's only going to continue to get better and going to be really tough to beat. And then, I know I touched on Team Nate, but Jonathan Taylor, man, I mean, this guy's running back one. Who saw this coming? Certainly not me. Nate did. A lot of big names here. A lot of guys making plays. He's got, some good depth here. Wandale's gonna ascend as a receiver once it's Malik Neighbors is out. But yeah, Javante has had a great season running back six. So yeah, just this team continues to put up points. Had a real close win last week. Um, but yeah, so I mean, just really good. And then Mind Goblin, just give him some love since he's one of the only other team that's above 500 right now. Yeah, Jamar Chase seems to be back, so that's gonna be a really solid play. Tucker Kraft's been a proven tight end one at this point. Ramondre's resurgence certainly a factor, and then Jalen Hurts with the old tush push continues to get points, and he had a good throwing week last week, but continues to get points. So lot can happen, right? We have 10 teams that are tied for or in the playoffs out of 8 spots. So a lot of people to go back and forth with. So we'll just get into the matchups. Half my roster played last night. I'm glad that it wasn't a complete stinker. Jordan Mason's time is over. So I'm going to need Ashton Genty and Bucky Irving to get healthy. Ashton should be back next week. And then Bucky, they have a bye. And then week 10, he's back. So at that point, and Vidal hopefully can keep going. I don't think yeah. Yeah, and Omar, I don't think he's coming back anytime soon. But yeah, Lad's starting to play better. So we take that. These are all good things. Nice to have 44 and a half points in the bank between four guys, including a kicker, this point. So as you can see the projection, Mike's still projected to beat me. But just kind of looking at his team here, I mean, I don't know if I can trust a lot of these projections, right? I mean, obviously, if Monangai gets a touchdown, sure. Malik Washington, he's been solid, but 8.5 points, really? Um, yeah, I don't know. I don't see that. Diggs is hit or miss, especially against that Cleveland defense. Yeah, and he's hit with a tough bye. Garrett Wilson's been hurt. Amon-Ra out. Um, yeah, I don't see the projections here. Bo Nix might have 50 though, against that Dallas defense, and Bijan's fantastic. Looking forward to whoever, probably Ryan, is going to draft him 1-1 next year, as he no longer can be kept. But keep it Homer. I'm gonna win this game. It's gonna be close though. I think it's within a few points. So we have Team Coleman versus the Mind Goblin. We got a 100 to, well, he didn't have a kicker in there yet, so we'll hold all tickets for that. Um, yeah, I don't I don't really see too many moves on Wazinski's part to change or probably getting rid of the Panthers defense against the Bills. But yeah, I mean, not much there. Probably swapped the, well, he could have swapped the Vikings, but probably good he didn't. He was too busy being up till 3:30 last night playing video games. Um, Looking at Coleman's team, let's see. I mean, we got two IR spots, man. We don't want to put Hampton on none of those, but nonetheless. I mean, solid squad here. Cortland's been good. That Dallas defense stinks. Warren should have a good week. London, this I think the Falcons have looked better since getting their asses kicked by the Panthers. So Jacobs and Krosky Merritt, Jacobs being back healthy, full go, full workload should be a big help. I see Jamar Chase probably getting another 20 targets against the Jets. I know Sauce got a little banged up last week. Roma Dunze against our wonderful Ravens defense. Mon Goblin keeps it going. I don't think there's too much here. He gets his kicker in there, hopefully, and swaps the defense out. Gets a projection closer to 110 and gets a win. I don't see Drake May putting up 19 against that Browns D. Just don't. His guy Addison off to a good start though. Milkman versus like a good neighbors, which he has not been a good neighbor. Hit a little bye week there for George. Sheesh. Derrick Henry, can he be Derrick Henry? I think that's the biggest question mark of this team. Dak's playing like an MVP. Too bad his team has no defense, but it might be good for fantasy reasons for Dak. And yeah, there's that Browns D. So really, and Pitts has looked like an actual player now. Penix throws him the ball. Mike Dick, as I like to call him. So yeah, it would have been nice to slot that Chargers D in there, but I think you're going to be comfortable playing the Browns any week there is. We look at the Milkman. He's got his boy Josh Allen at the top. Uh, yeah, I mean, pretty solid up and down roster. Achane's been fantastic. Um, just really solid squad. Um, the Io Manor start is obviously concerning. They throw the ball a lot, but they're not very good. Yeah, not having Laporta in there, I don't think it hurts him too bad. It's National Tight Ends Day. You know damn well Goddard's going to score. Nico Collins will find he's not projected to play. Never mind. He will not. Um, yeah, I think this is a pretty solid lineup for the Milkman. It's a close game here again. I think it's probably within the projection. I would say it's probably a 5 point game, but I'm going to give it to the Milkman. Just solely, Rashad White's going to have a nice day. Achi's going to have a nice day. These running backs are going to carry the load. The pivot point for George is if Derrick Henry can go for 150 and two tuds, like we know that he can. Um, and yeah, so I think that's really the biggest pivots are there, and the Ayamanor start, and then Rashid Shaheed is also a big pivot. He's either going to have 20 points or three, not really much in between. So certainly, I think a projected very close game, but a lot of variables that could really swing this either direction. But I'm going to give a slight lean to the Milkman here. We got a Pizzle and Team Bucher off to a start here with some points. So. Wow, Nick is crushed by the bye week. No Kyron, no JSN, no Charbonnet, no Arizona running back. That's probably okay. Finding his way to put out a really strong lineup, even though in a bad week. Quentin Johnson with a goose egg does not help things. And then Cam Dicker kind of makes up for that. The old Dick Penis Kick man gets the job done. 14 points. Nice. Keeps him in the game. Keenan Allen, a little disappointment last night, but Andre Gadsden the second, fantastic pickup, fantastic pickup by the Pizzle. That's a winning play. Can he upset the number one team in the league? I don't think so, because I think Christian McCaffrey goes for another 30-piece McNugget, and yeah, I think Nick being predicted 106 at this point is pretty disrespectful. Honestly, Rashi Rice playing that bad Washington defense. Judkins is the Browns offense. McCaffrey is insane. Uh, Kate Otten's it's tight end weekend. He'll score. Just really, I mean, a really strong, again, like I kind of said before, really strong team. And then, the pivot points for Pizzle, obviously, Saquon returns to form, which he hasn't really been in. Joe Flacco channels the Unk Bowl from last week. Kind of surprised that T. Higgins hasn't found his way into the starting lineup. Flacco likes throwing to him, obviously, so just a little surprised there. So yeah, I would give it to Nick just based off what we've done so far this year. But I certainly see an avenue for Pizzle getting a win here, but it really just comes down to Saquon being who he is. Kind of like the Henry effect for George. And then yeah, I think that's the biggest pivot, but off to a pretty good start for the Pizzle to make this a competitive game for him. So another game with some points. Herbert had a nice night for the Rock Boys. Team Nate, uh, not what you want from Justin Jefferson. It's okay. That's the floor, right? But his boy JT's projected 25 and a half points. I mean, the guy's been unfucking believable. Um, yeah, I mean, we got a projection, what, 124 to 127 for the Rock Boys right now? Yeah, what do I see here? Yeah, it's hard not to pick Team Nate, right? Again, 6-1 record. I think some favorable matchups and some scenarios. Washington's defense is bad against tight ends. Wan'Dale Robinson, Philly's defensive corners aren't good. Jonathan Taylor's been phenomenal. Javonte Williams has been very strong. DK's getting a lot of jump offs from A-Rod. So I see a lot of points. I see a lot of value on these projections being a little bit low for Team Nate, where I think Rock Boys can get it done. CD kind of goes a little nuts, takes away from Javante. Maybe that's an angle that could be played. See how DeAndre Swift does against the Ravens. I got this fucking light right on my forehead. Brees Hall. Um, can he do it against that terrible Cincinnati defense? We shall see. But yeah, I'm going to give the edge here to Team Nate. I think this is like another close game. I don't think Rock Boys would shock me at all if he won. I just think it's a very difficult team to overcome with Team Nate right now, and I think his projections are a little bit low. Last matchup of the week, got the two-time versus the rearview camera. Couple champions going at it. Ryan needs to win real bad, and Ed's entire team is on bye, so I think it's a good week for that to possibly happen for Ryan to get him back in the race. Um, do I see anything here where Ed could take a lead here? Not really. The only yikes. Yeah, I mean, obviously not having Jameer, and yeah, I mean Jameer is a huge difference maker. Maybe you had to put Henderson in there, who's done nothing. To Jameer Gibbs, who just put up what 30 something last week. Oh, excuse me, 42 points last week. Um, so I think obviously that kind of sucks for him. I think if Gibbs is in there, he probably wins this game outright. But yeah, I don't like Ryan's team either. This is definitely our poopy pants match of the week. Whoever wants it more might lose. So I think this is just kind of set the shady lineup, see what happens. But if he made me pick, I'll give it to Ryan. A little bit more proven, a little bit more guaranteed targets over there, more guaranteed touches with his running backs, compared to whatever Houston and New England decide to do with their backfields, which are probably maybe the two worst backfields to have investment in. in football, I would say. And then obviously the flex spot of Tajay Spears is not what you want to do. Clearly, this team is just kind of having a bad bye week. Projection wise, though, not bad. Moving forward, because Gibbs looks great. Bowers has kind of sucked, but Theo's been fine. Travis Hunter scored and had a good game last week, so this team is right there to be competitive. So, but yeah, I'll give Ryan a win, make this a little bit tighter. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Again, gonna try to get these out every week to you guys now. If anybody wants to co-host, certainly let me know. Always open to it. If anybody watches this, let me know that you did. Any questions, comments, concerns about the new location or my hair, which looks a little shitty these days, let me know. But yeah, good luck to everybody. Have a great weekend and watch some ball.